Everyone, I'm Anna Anders, humbly here at home tonight. It is January 14th, 2015, and I'm here with Cynthia Hassam. And thank you, Cynthia, for being such a brave soul to talk about your tragic happening last week in your shower at your home where you live, like in community housing, right? And this man just busted in through the shower curtain and tried to attack you. He was naked and ready to pretty much rape you.
Yes.
You know, so in the meantime, I asked you just off the first video, I'm sorry, but I asked you if the guidance center was helping you at all. And what is it that you just got through saying?
That we share the same case management.
Okay.
So she's advocating for him.
Okay.
And advocating for me. I don't see how
it's totally inappropriate
for evil and good.
Okay, so it's totally inappropriate, and you need to get an advocate that's going to advocate for you. Have you tried contacting Victim Witness here in town?
Not yet.
I would do that.
I haven't had time because
I'm going to give
of
you
all of them.
I understand, honey, but I'm going to give you a suggestion to contact them and see what they're going to advocate for you, because that's what they get paid for. I contacted them once here back in, help me God, when was it? 2010, I believe. Yes, I think that's when it was, or 2009. Nope. Anyways, it doesn't matter, but I contacted them, and they didn't have much service. We do this. Okay, we're still shooting, and I'm trying. Can't do it, so let me see if I go this way. I'll have to set it this way, sweetie. And then step back into the camera with you. So we're 1 minute and 51 seconds into this video. So basically, the guidance center counselor told you that she was still going to counsel you and him both, or advocate for both of you.
Yeah, she said that.
And did you tell her it was totally?
Words.
When was this that she told you this?
Wednesday, after all of it happened, and she and I sat down.
Last week Wednesday.
We sat down on the couch, and she said, I'm advocating for him and you. And I said, that must be a really hard job for you to have to advocate for both of us. And she just went,
wow. So, did you try to talk to her superiors to see if...
Today I did speak to someone who knows me very well there, and knows how I am and wants me to heal. And she's totally been behind me since I've been a patient there. And she said that she was going to go talk to her supervisor because she believes there's things being done and said that are not out in the open.
Okay. So she's going to try and advocate for you, though, within the system at the guidance center.
Yes.
So how did you feel about that?
It's great because she's never let me down and her words always stand.
Okay, so, well, that's good. So you found that to be comforting and reassuring. And
yeah, she's all, it's not happening this way. I see how it's going. It's not going to happen this way. She's all, I'm going to go above her and talk to the people above her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I want to give her a high five.
Yeah, because she's also someone who's been hurt and is healing herself. So. So she understands.
There's a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So, the planet is filled with them. And the planet is filled with victims and perverts. You know what I'm saying? And I know really well because we had a family member that was abducted for 10 years by one man who had also 2 other girls in the house for 10 years. And our corrupt government should have found Gina when she was taken within 48 hours at least, because 2 brothers saw her getting abducted by Ariel Castro. They actually had the license plate number. It was a vanity license plate number. Elliot C. was the plate number, and the 2 brothers rode past, looked at Ariel Castro and said, he's too old to be talking to her. Drove past, went down to their street, like 2 streets down. Brian turned the corner, said he didn't get a good feeling. He whipped back around. By the time he got back, in that split-second decision or whatever, Gina was gone. And Gina was gone for 10 years, a whole decade, from 14 to 24. Being raped, tortured, whatever you want to call it. Maybe not physically, I don't know what happened, manifested, but psychologically for sure. So, being raped repeatedly, all 3 of those ladies. So, when Carrie told me about this, I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me, God? Because I've been so damn busy lately, But be careful what you ask God for, because He gives you more busyness. And so I'm sorry this happened to you. I really am. And I hope and pray that you heal, and I hope that you're vindicated, and I hope that you get justice. You know what I'm saying? Because the system it needs improvement, severe improvement. It's very corrupt and lacking, okay? And that's why I love doing what I do here at forglobalpeace.com. So you're brave to come out just a week later and speak out like you're doing. So keep speaking out, and that's the way you're going to heal. I don't know what else you're going to do. Did they suggest any, like, rape support groups or anything like that? Anyone?
No, they didn't. No one has yet. People are just still in awe and wow, because they were
and you're probably still in awe and shock and that it all happened. So I would say get yourself surrounded by a bunch of women that have experienced this and that are actually running a support group environment, because you're just like freshly coming out of this, and it's not good. And then the system, when it's corrupt and stacked against people, it makes it that much harder. And I know because, I used to make 911 calls at my home at 7011 Virginia Avenue because I was desperate to be protected for me and my children, and I was a battered woman. And instead, what happened was I was being battered by my ex-husband, and then when the front door would open and I'd let the cops in, they would re-abuse me. And I didn't know that was happening, and the reason it was happening was because what I didn't know is my husband, I bought him a set of golf clubs for Christmas. Way before the drama, trauma, and chaos actually happened, March 17, 1990. And what happened was the dots were not connected for me. I wasn't thinking, oh, you bought golf clubs. Oh, the cops and your husband are golfing on the golf course. So when they came to the house for the 911 calls, they would say, what did you do? What did you do, Anna, to make him do this to you? Or picked on my kids even. So it was really, it was a horrible way to go. But today I know how corrupt people, situations, and institutions, especially old ones, can be.
They're kind of like you didn't lock the door, did you? It's your fault. You didn't lock the door is what I'm getting pointed at.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been taking a shower, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
and a shower naked. You should have had some clothes on and maybe what do they call that thing? Like a lockdown there or something?
One of
those things called a chastity belt?
Yeah, a chastity belt.
A chastity belt on, huh? And that way, he wouldn't have bothered you. You shouldn't be so cute and tiny and beautiful looking, and maybe they wouldn't rape you. Don't look so good, because if you look good, you might get,
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because growing up, it's like walking down the street, and guys in their whatever they do, and it's perverted. It's pervertedness, and this country reeks of pervertedness, and I can prove it, okay? Because who do they promote? Who's the Playboy Bunny guy?
Hugh Hefner.
There you go, sweetheart. And they're always promoting pervertedness right in our faces, okay? The bathing suit, sportswear, those aren't bathing. Strings up women's asses is not bathing suits. You know what I'm saying? That's the promotion of perversion through corrupt Main Street media these days. And so I'm not down with it, okay? I'm humbly Anna Anders here at forglobalpeace.com. I'm going to see how long this video is. And is there anything that you want to say right now that you can think of, sweetie?
I just want to get our rape, the laws changed about rape. The laws of sexual predator laws changed.
Well, maybe like the attempted rape, because you weren't actually raped by their standards. But what about an attempted rape? You know what I'm saying? That's horrible.
There is no charges in Arizona for attempted rape.
I mean, he did rape you, as far as I'm concerned. You know why? He penetrated your mind, and that penetration is not going to go away for the rest of your life. You'll never forget that scenario. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree or not?
No, I agree, because I have nightmares of running zombies coming at me because the man didn't take very care of himself, and that's the way he looked.
Okay. So you're still at home. Do you have a plan to protect yourself?
that we have a plan. He's been evicted. He's not around. I got an order of harassment against him. He's not allowed around my jobs, either location.
Have you ever seen him at your jobs?
Not that I've seen, no.
Okay. So, and this is the first negative, full-blown encounter you've ever had with this man?
Well, other instances where he stands over me while I'm doing my house chores, so I never want to do my house chores out around him.
Okay, so he's been kind of like keeping an eye on you at the house while you're doing your house chores and that kind of thing?
Like standing over me like you would do to a child to make sure they're sorting their laundry right, standing over me. And then me having to go, excuse me, can I help you? And him telling me that I'm in his way when there's 2 ways to go out a door, not through the laundry room.
Gotcha, sweetie. So
to make it an excuse to watch me do things.
And so he's been kind of like a hover around you, and you've always... How did you feel about him since you've moved in there? I mean, if you had to describe the feelings.
A creepy old man that I want to stay away from me. And then people would say, oh, he's a harmless old man. Leave him alone.
And so you didn't find him to be harmless, huh?
No.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay, and so when you were when you were down in the corner of the shower, you said you just kind of got into the corner. You were screaming and yelling, and who came to your rescue, honey?
A woman, I'm just gonna call her A.
Keep her anonymous.
She's about 6'2". 190 pounds.
Okay.
And she had to fight him and yank him.
From you?
To get him off me. Very strong woman, and she used all her everything to pull him and fight him off me, and told him to go to his room, and then she dialed 911 and sat between the shower and the room.
Gotcha, sweetheart. So thank God for roommate A, huh?
Yeah, for roommate A, because she saved my life just being a big person, too.
Well, and I'm glad that she was there. That's an angel for you. We can call her Angel, huh?
Yes, and it's still... I keep telling her, you're my hero, you're a hero. And she gets embarrassed. It's like, no. But I think it's starting to sink in that she saved me. If it wasn't for her, it wouldn't have been an attempted rape. It would have been a rape if it wasn't for her.
And I'm glad it didn't happen all the way for you, sweetheart. And I'm glad you had your angel there for you. And I did let Carrie know to invite your angel here too today, but your angel didn't want to.
She wants to remain anonymous.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, honey.
I want everybody to know who she is, but she wants to be anonymous.
Just tell her we gave her big capital letter A for anonymous, and tell her that forglobalpeace.com is thankful for her, honey. And I'm really, truly sorry that you had to experience this negative mojo, but, sometimes my heart goes out to you. I have compassion and empathy for you. And I had multiple things done to me as a little girl growing up. And I want to tell you, when I woke up in my adulthood of being a woman, I prayed that God would put my predators back into my life. And be careful what you ask for, because guess what happened? That predator came back into my life, and Carrie was with me when I was sitting on a park bench in corrupt Cleveland, Ohio, by the zoo. At the end of my street on Brookside Drive, the man came walking past me. While we were sitting there with our dog. And I said, oh my God, Carrie, there he is. And Carrie's like, go get him, honey, go get him. So guess what I did? I gave her the dog leash, because we were, sitting there with our dog. And I ran off. And I caught up to him. And I had seen him originally in Family Dollar in Cleveland, Ohio. I was getting some things together for my daughter's graduation party. And my youngest daughter, Juliana. And I caught up to him, and I was scared shitless, girl. But I said, I'm not letting his ass get away with this. And I didn't say much at first. I said, do you mind if I walk with you? He's like, oh, no, baby. Someone as beautiful as you? Come on. And he was Mr. Pervert all the way. And we walked from outside that park. I didn't know where we were headed, but I was following his corrupt ass. And we walked to his truck. we went around, we went out of the park onto Ridge Road to my street. He picked the street. I let him lead the whole way. And I got to shut down this video because it's 15 minutes.